Hi guys, it's Lunar here. Welcome to this Fallout 4 mod showcase video. I want to make more mod videos today and I ran out of Skyrim mods, so I moved on to Fallout 4 instead. I do still plan to make more Fallout videos, especially with the lack of Skyrim mods out lately. I just have had a very busy week since I made the last two videos for Fallout. I think it's a good idea though, as there are real gnome YouTubers covering PS4 mods for Fallout, and no one's showcasing mods on consoles like I do for Special Edition, so definitely something a lot of people will appreciate, especially if I add in equal amounts of PS4 mods. Anyway guys, we have 6 mods to look at. Also, I appreciate if you share this video so I can get more Fallout subscribers. With that being said, we could just jump into our first mod. Our first mod is not really a brand new one, but it has been updated recently, as of yesterday I think, and it's too big of a mod for PS4 not to cover. The mod is called Survival Based RPG, and it adds loads of stuff. This makes the world darker, bleaker, and makes party combat almost necessary. So here are all the different elements to the mod. The mod turns element damage on. Enemies have the following elemental resistances, which show up in VATs with awareness, cryo, fire, shock, rad, poison, energy, and physical. These are now crucial for defeating enemies, as each race is immune to at least 2 or 3 of them. Energy and shock have the same icon, but are not the same. If you see 600 resistance under energy, that means that they have 300 for both. 4 levels of elemental grenades, all craftable at the camp station with the right perks, have also been added. Changes to combat, well, torso damage is seriously reduced. It's now easier to cripple limbs, and limb damage has been reduced as well. Certain enemies have certain weak points, for example rad roaches. They have a plus 2.5 damage to their head and a 0.5 damage to their torso. More AP per agility point, you get reduced aim stability, and finally reduced special points at the start of the game. Changes to companions, well, each companion has new moddable renamed weapons. You can press the triangle to make them equip the item in the trade menu. You can also mod these weapons and give them back. With new resistances, companions are more specialized and thus more necessary in-game. The mod also makes some changes to the actual followers themselves. So Dogmeat has lower attack and higher health. However, he can knock down, disarm, and has a rare poison attack as well. His perk for increased VATS chance is now crucial, and you start with it. Nick has modified element guns and new grenades. Piper is non-lethal. Debuffed has a syringer and new weapons. Kate has melee, super aggressive, also has chems, which she should use as well. They're also great for when you're in combat and need that edge. McCready, well, he's good ballistic damage and with modified weapons now. Hancock has ranged weapons and new weapons and perks. Codsworth is now a tank, high health and low attack. That just leaves us with Preston. He has energy damage, now has an energy damage machete as well. Finally guys, changes to settlements and atmospheres. Well, settlements are much harder to get into and keep happy. Anything useful costs 2.3 times more to craft. Happiness levels are reduced. Defensive values are reduced, so there's more chance for raids, and settlers will die when a settlement gets attacked. Finally, there have been changes to the weather to make things a bit darker. Overall, a really awesome mod. Next up, we have atmospheric changes. This mod recreates the real atmosphere of a post-nuclear war. The mod aims at changing weather conditions so that the Commonwealth is now immersed in a post-nuclear haze and the interiors are dimly lit, which changes the brilliance of the original textures for a more atmospheric tone. The mod is aimed to change the level of lighting, god rays, sky weathers, and fog, and it definitely does that. Next up, we have Eleanor's Place. The mod puts a workbench at Eleanor's trailer and turns the area into a fully functioning settlement. The area is south of Diamond City on a wooded hill. The mod adds a map marker as well so you can fast travel there. You can add a recruitment beacon and sap supply line for resources. Some of the existing items laying around are owned by Eleanor, so you may want to use the workbench to scrap them so you don't accidentally steal them either. Overall though, a cool little mod that changes this place into a small settlement. Our next mod is another mod that's not recently released, but it's a work in progress and is constantly updated, so here is the most recent version of the mod. The following gunners have been added into the game. Into Diamond City, you get Derek, Brad Finnegan, Casey. At the creator of Atom, you get Confessor Adelia. At Good Neighbor, you get Dolly Madison and Eddie Lipkins. At Vault 111, you get Professor Wildmeyer. At the Railroad HQ, you get Old Man Billy. And finally at Bunker Hill, you get Arnie. Other things added, you get Perk Magazines, Liam Algorithm, which is found at the Institute, and Secret Agents, which is found at the Railroad HQ. There have also been restored map markers. 35 Court, Bridgeway Trust Bank, Camp Kendall, Hawthorne Estate, Fishing Hut, North End Graveyard, and the Pizza Parlor. Finally, there are 2 brand new locations called Charleston Laundromat and the South Boston Cellar. Overall, a mod that adds in more content, Even if it is mostly NPCs, it's definitely worth adding. Just make sure you load it after any mods that have or focused on DLC to avoid conflicts, although I'm sure you won't have any. Our next mod is another simple one called Riverview Brewhouse. The mod opens up 2 row houses on the Charleston River and adds a workbench to create a fully functioning settlement. The row houses is down the street from the back street of Paddle, right next to the Marlborough house, and the mod adds a map marker as well so you can fast travel here. You can set up supply lines for resources, add a recruitment beacon to attract settlers, or just set it up as a player home with no settlers for you. So overall, a small mod but a really cool one. Our final mod is called Watts 2000, and this is a weapon mod that's been added to the game. The weapon is a charged laser rifle, and it has been added to the game's leveled list, and so will be found everywhere you would usually find a laser rifle. You can also find it in the Watts Consumer Electronics store, along with a special gift as well, which is a laser pistol called Magneto. An awesome little pistol to use actually. The Watts rifle is an extremely awesome gun which has custom sounds and textures and is very powerful. The weapon can be upgraded at the workbench. It has the option for the following upgrades as well: 10 capacitors, 8 barrels, 6 stocks, 5 sights or scopes, all of which can make the gun even stronger. The Magneto pistol can't be altered in any way, but it's still really fun to use. Overall though, a really awesome mod, and it's definitely one of my favourite rifles to use in game now. So guys, I want to say thanks for watching. I will be back soon with more Fallout mod videos. Hit subscribe now on screen if you haven't done so yet, or click the link to my previous video. If you want to keep up to date with all my latest releases, turn on notifications, the little bell thing next to the subscribe button, to see all the latest videos as soon as they are released, including daily console mods and more every single day. You can also follow me on Twitter as well if you want to. With all that being said, until next time guys, stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.